Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Demon Slayer. Last time around we had Aren't You Going to Become a Hashira? Because that was about Genya trying to help kill the Upper Four Demon, but he was having trouble, and he had a whole flashback about when his family was killed by a demon. Not just a demon, their mother who was turned into a demon, and how he and his brother are not on good terms right now. And the one thing we didn't get is an explanation of why Genya seems to be half demon anyway. I don't know how that works, but yeah. What was the cliffhanger? I don't know. I actually don't remember. Like, I remember everything up to that point, but I don't remember what the actual cliffhanger was. So why don't we go ahead and jump in so we can remember things and, drink caffeine and wake up. So, like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Demon Slayer. Here we go. Okay. Alright. That was. I don't have very strong feelings on this episode. I'm just gonna, go ahead and say that outright. It's good. It's good. I don't know. See, this is weird. Because, obviously we did just get good stuff with, Tokito. And how, it was the whole lesson that Tanjiro said, if you do kind things, then good things may come to you, And that is true, that because he was able to start changing his ways, Kotetsu, and I wrote it down, so I will try to remember it. Kotetsu was able to, help. Well, honestly, he did save him, because he got him the air. So, that was good. Gave him the will to live. Let me just, make sure. Yeah, it's Kotetsu. Okay. I was just, making sure that is actually his name, but yeah. So that was good, and he did get a bit of his memories back, that he remembers his father, who had the same eyes as Tanjiro. Honestly, he kind of looked like the same face. It's an interesting thing. I don't know how I'm going to describe this, and this is such a very specific thing and doesn't actually matter at all, but it's kind of strange when it's oh yes, and this was my father, and it's it's weird when anime or manga, they give them such a young face. It's the same thing of when we had the flashback. I guess this was at the beginning of the season. We had the the dream sequence to the swordsman 300 years ago, and we see the man who looked almost identical to Tanjiro, and that was weird, and that was back when obviously we didn't know what was happening. We were wait, is that actually Tanjiro's dad and stuff? So you look at him and it's oh, that's just Tanjiro, just a little taller, and it's oh, that's weird, because he still looks like a kid, I don't know how to describe this, It's just it doesn't look like a more, matured face. I don't know how to describe it, Muichiro's dad honestly looks like he's younger than Uzui. And Uzui's 23, he's still pretty young. So I don't know how else to describe that. But anyway, that was interesting. I like that he remembers the words of his father, which is good, and I honestly, again, it's that whole thing of, here are these characters that we introduce so quickly, but they're not one-note characters, no, we're immediately going on character arcs, even if you don't really know them, so I like that. So yeah, that was good. I was kind of expecting Mitsuri to come in and save him, because we haven't seen her like in 2 episodes, but I like that it was Kotetsu that gave him the air in order to save him. So yeah, that was good. I did like seeing Mr. Hagenetsuka just working on that sword. He will not turn away. It is that determination. It's the same determination that forged that sword to begin with. And I like how he says, he's trying to figure out why didn't the swordsmith write his name. He just wrote a character, but not his name. And he realizes, it's not about the person, it's about the sword. Like, he put so much determination into crafting the perfect sword that it's like his name doesn't matter. So that was cool. There is a part of me that's kind of like, I kind of wish his mask didn't get blown off. I'm okay like if like part of it cracked and broke off a bit, but seeing the mask completely come away, it's sort of a half and half, because on the one hand it is cool because he's still just working that sword. He is still, nothing will distract him from doing this. On the other hand, El Toro Fuerte never removes his mask. I mean, it's kind of the thing of like, well, we have, the Mandalorian wearing his helmet throughout the entirety of the first season, but, we have to remove his helmet at some point, So yeah, it's a half and half. It's definitely a half and half. I almost rather the mystery of not having seen his face at all, So, but again, it was still a good moment showing, it's like, yeah, even with his mask destroyed off of his head, like, nothing will stop him from focusing on that blade, Oh my god. Sorry, I just, taking my glasses off to scratch my ear for a second, then I realize I can't see anything on my monitor. Whew, glad I got new lenses recently. Okay. Here's maybe the problem with this arc is 4 and 5 are not that compelling, And it's an interesting thing because it's not like Daki and Gyutaro and even like Enmu are that compelling, but for some reason it's like they work better than these guys, because these guys, maybe because these guys are just too outlandish, like, oh, here's this little dude, if he gets hit, he splits off into 4 guys, but if you put those 4 guys together, they become one big guy, but he's not, but it's still separate. It's basically you take 1, you divide 1 into 5, but you take 4 of those pieces and you put them together, and that 4 is still big, Like, the 4 become a big 1. I don't know. I mean, it's fine, but here's where I draw the line is this dude comes out and is like, oh, you're an awful villain who picks on the weak. Like, motherfucker, you do not have a leg to stand on. Absolutely not. Because he obviously understands that he is a demon, that he has devoured many people. But from the way he looks at it, it's like, oh, well, I didn't kill your family, so this doesn't concern you. It's like, that doesn't jive with what you were saying. So that is stupid. Like, I'd rather he just, it's like, oh, now I've achieved my final form or something, Like, I'd rather you just go for it rather than suddenly it's like, oh, well, now I'm going to take the moral high horse. You're a demon. You cannot take the moral high horse as a demon, Like, it's like, oh, you're picking on this weak, defenseless creature. He's not defenseless. He has you. You are his defenses. He is not defenseless. You are he. You are he. He is you. It's just like, it's stupid. So that's kind of where I draw the line. Like, that was pretty dumb, but I don't know. And then Upper 5 is so boring. I don't know, like, Upper 5, he's just, this weird vase sperm man who's like, oh, I'm an artist and I need to do my artist thing and disfigure people, and oh, I don't have as much determination as this guy has. And it's like, oh my god, I don't care, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you make this guy better. I don't know. Just from the voice I was doing, I just thought of him from the Powerpuff Girls. Now, if that was, if him was in Demon Slayer, that'd be terrifying, you know? But this guy, Upper 5, he sucks, you know? I'm just ready for Tokito to take him out. But I'm assuming that as this goes on, it's going to be Tokito and Mitsuri are going to catch up with Upper 4, and that's, you know, the big threat, because that's what we see in the intro is them fighting those rock dragon things. So yeah, but the whole thing of like, oh, you're a terrible villain who preys on the weak, like, you're a demon, like. And I know there are nice demons. There's, you know, the Nezuko, and Miss Tamayo and Yushiro, but you are a demon. You are an upper rank demon. You are a member of the 12 Kizuki. Like, no. You cannot even attempt to come out here with a moral high horse as a demon. Absolutely not. So I'm glad that I'm kind of glad it didn't really last. Like, Tanjiro immediately was like, how dare, you know? So, it's just stupid, but I don't know. So that might be the thing, is like, I'm enjoying this arc. It's fine, but man, these two, there's probably a reason. That's probably the reason that these two were paired up. It's like, okay, these are the least interesting, you know? After these guys, we've got Akaza, we've got the one guy that nobody likes, we've got the terrifying Upper 1 who's mysterious and stuff, and then we have Muzan, you know? So it's like, we have a lot more that we're going to, you know, we have more interesting upper ranks later on. These two are like the bottom of the barrel, and that's saying something when we just came off of Daki and Gyutaro. But these guys are honestly the bottom of the barrel, so yeah, I don't know. It is a fine episode, and I'm curious to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Demon Slayer reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.